What's going on, everyone? This is your favorite racing, fighting, and role-playing gaming Jackal, Goddrifter, and happy New Year's to you guys. It is now January 1st, 2024. Now, you guys already know what this means. It means that it is going to be a new podcast. So this time, I'm actually going to go over what I want to talk about today. So there's that for the most part. Now, what I was wondering, you guys will see some detail on gameplay for you guys' entertainment. What you guys talk, we'll talk to you guys about like certain topics. So let's go. Then, for the most part, aka card topics. So things such as modifications for cars, um, another, it's called, well, not like this, but basically games that are supposed to be coming out soon. The cars that are now legal to be imported, so there's a whole lot of that. So yeah, there's that for the most part. And for those that are like followers of Chinese zodiacs, well, this year is the year of the dragon. Very interesting, eh? Well, for the most part, it is freaking hilarious for some reason. Now, here's the thing: when it comes to 2024, there's gonna be a crap ton of by crap ton, I mean a full crap ton of thing that's gonna happen in this year. For example, in terms of the what's that called? In terms of the actual what's that called? Let's see. Now, in terms of what vehicles are supposed to be coming to the U.S., any car from 1999, let's see, that was made in 1999, is going to be coming to the U.S. in the upcoming months. So, what the runner would that be? Well, that will be the Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. Actually, specifically, the original V-Spec 1, V-Spec 2, and I think V-Spec NER, if I remember correctly. Okay, I need to get to my arcade. But yeah, for the most part, another vehicle that I pretty so wasn't going to be the most popular car, but it's definitely going to be the R34 because of obviously it's not because of the racing, it's quite obvious. It's because it was showing the big screen for multiple media of games. So things such as Need to Be Underground's cover car, which is Nissan Skyline 34, the Too Fast and Furious with Brian O'Connor's silver. It's not even silver. It's more like a Platinum Pearl. Yeah, Platinum Pearl R34. There's also the R34 from SRS. There is the there's the I think it's the Impulse slash Calisonic R34. There's also the Pennzoil R34. There are a crowd ton of R34s. That is that. Okay, so technically those last two are race cars in a way, but yeah, other than that, it actually is very interesting. Plus, we have received the R34 already in the form of the GTTs, which came out around 1998. Normally, when it comes to the normally when it comes to the 1998, when it comes to the R30 Skylines, usually, um, usually the regular slash like the non GTR models usually came out a year before their R34 treatment for the GTR treatments. So basically, meaning that it will be, well, first and foremost, it will have been a year after the release of a Skyline vehicle that had came out already. And secondly, it's how the vehicles are made. The fact that we had the GTT, you had the GTS, you had the GTS4, and then you had the original vehicles, which normally don't come with an RB26 or an RB25. Instead, it came with an RB20, which is normally a natural aspirated that makes around 145 horsepower, which also is paired with them. Let's be safe. It's also paired with an automatic. These type of vehicles are mostly due to the fact that, well, for one, a lot of people want one so bad they'd rather have a GTT than a GTR. But it's because said GTR is literally around the 500 grand range. Basically, it's almost half a mil. Now, if you're trying to get your hands on a unmodified stock R34, you will likely run into supercar levels of payments. And I'm talking used replaced, basically a used R34 GTR, which originally cost around 70 grand. And was wondering what 70 grand will actually get you. It will get you a newer Mercedes Benz for that specific amount of money. Specifically, it's not the what's that called? It's not the uh, it's not gonna be the AMGs for the most. That's one thing for sure. Since one of the AMGs will run you around 45 grand, which is not bad. But if we go on like price wise, I would say that it will be the CLA AMG that will run your pockets. So there's that for the most part. Another vehicle that will say that you will have a better chance of buying for 70 grand is, well, the new Z. Yeah, Nissan, the Nissan RZ, the RZ34, or aka the 400Z, Nissan Z Performance, wherever the car is called, you will have like a better chance of buying that Z than buying an R34 GTR. Just say. Another Japanese vehicle that you can actually be able to import is the Honda S2000. Now, the S2000 came out around 1999, which will literally mean that this car is now 25 years old. But there is another thing that you should know. It is the fact that we already want to know already. We already have that car in the form of, well, it's obviously the same name, but instead of right-hand drive, it's left-hand drive. And let's just say that those cars are not easy to come by, low mileage-wise. Which I was wondering is basically the same reason why most people would actually want to get a vehicle like a Honda S2000 as a first car, or their first manual rear-wheel drive sports car. That's usually how that goes for the most part. Yeah, same thing with the same thing with another vehicle. Oh well, not the same, but okay. So let me just clarify something. We didn't have this model in the U.S., but yeah, it's the Evo 6. For those out wondering what it is, it's the Evo 6. The Evo 6 is.
You should call me.
Shut up, Madrazo. Anyways, um, so the Evo 6 you can actually import in a few months because normally when it comes to the newer vehicles, usually the Evos, any Japanese car that has a newer model that comes out before before 98, usually basically right after 98 from the 99 model year, usually will be able to import. So there's that for the most part. But then again, uh, that's not the only. That's not the only Japanese cars we actually import. Honestly, with Mitsubishi, you also have the opposite, the Subaru WRX from 1999. You can actually import that mess, which, to be completely honest, is actually one of those cars that you will most likely will not be able to get your hands on. Due to the fact that we never bought sheesh, tongue twisting. Moving on. Anyway, but now because of the Europeans, well, you can import a Diablo. That's one thing for sure. Yeah, you can import a Diablo. You can import a Ferrari F50. I think there are other vehicles I'm forgetting, but I do believe the highlight of it is going to be the R34 GTR. And because these cars are already owned by the time that, these cars are already owned by the time that we actually get to said vehicles. Usually, will involve a whole lot of, basically a whole lot of things for the most part. So things such as MV Diablo VT, which is obviously a MV Diablo with a convertible top. Yeah, same thing with the I think it's the 57, not 57, it's the 550. I think it's 550. I think the Maranello, the Ferrari 550 Maranello is I think it's a 90s car. I can't tell. There's another vehicle that most people wouldn't want to import, but it looks good to me anyway. And that is in my opinion, of course. And that would be the 1990s Ferrari Testarossa. Now, for those who are wondering, this one actually comes with fixed headlights and comes with your standard Ferrari dual taillights with dual taillight. Yeah, dual taillight setup. My goodness.
Totally ditched this guy I just met.
Now, are these important? Yes. Why? Because it's one of those cars that you normally wouldn't see being imported. But then again, that's just me. Let's see. 15 minutes now. Peace. Son of a gun. Ugh. Alright. Anyway, the Green at least. But, yeah, for the most part, it is one of those moments where you actually had to look at the bigger picture for newer cars. Because obviously, we're getting, quite obviously, we're getting a newer vehicle every single year. But unfortunately, I don't know what vehicles are supposed to be coming out this year because, well, it's quite obvious that, yeah, some of the vehicles, some of the manufacturers are actually discontinuing their vehicles, and basically this actually happened with last year's last year because the Camaro was discontinued last year, which is well yesterday. um, so yeah, there's that for the most part. Uh, but overall, the actuality of these cars are more likely going to be uh, like safe kits for the most part. Uh, but that's another story entirely. Uh, now, so I'm actually going to discuss another topic, which is going to be my top 12, and this, keep in mind I'm doing this by month of last year. 12 highlighted months for the most part. So, for January, I actually, this actually ended up getting into my first auto body class, and it was obviously I would have to like uh, but I was the fact that it was like I literally I already do not know what I was doing, but at the same time I ended up learning how to weld. Yeah, I learned how to weld things. Uh, but I'm still learning to this day. It's basically one of those things I actually want to learn for the most part. So the second one, so the second month was obviously my first month, which is, well, February, and this is when I got my own PS5. And I legit had to thank my brother for that, so there's that for the most part. Now, the next thing, now, March. March is when I bought, my first three games for the PS5, because obviously one of these games, one of the games was on discount. Actually, two games were on discount, my bad. One of which was, Need for Speed Unbound. Another was this GTA Online, that's GTA 5 for the PS5, and lastly, I bought Cyberpunk 2077 on PS5 and on PS4. But I wouldn't recommend getting the PS4. Let's get the PS4 Pro, which will make a lot more sense. But for PS5, well, regular PS4, I do believe, I guess, because keep in mind, I was like, because with the original PS4, there was a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, there were a lot of, like, I kid you not, there were a lot of things happening in that specific system that makes it not want to play. And then I look at Need for Speed Unbound, and I'm like, man, a lot of people will appreciate you listen on both, like, both current gen and last gen, which is PS4 and Xbox One. And I see, and the Crew Motorfest were released on both PS4 and on PS5. So I'm like, okay, how come these Unbound couldn't do the same thing with PS4 and Xbox One? And I looked at it this way. It's because obviously now keep in mind I still have my PS4 and it still works, which is the funniest thing is it still legit works. But then again, at the same time, most people would rather like trading like, and heck, a lot of people actually are switching to PC because they were getting tired of the exclusive games for the most part, and because PlayStation refuses to Yeah, basically, PlayStation refuses to have their precious Gran Turismo game on PC, and I don't know why, but for some reason, it will be pretty cool to actually have, for basically cross-gen with like, so basically having like cross-gen uh, with PS5 and PC, and it's like, okay, I got Gran Turismo and Forza, which is on PC, which is probably wishful thinking, but at the same time, it's actually not. For most people, it's not as bad as it seems. Like, for example, I actually do kind of wish we have Forza for PlayStation, basically. Um, and the literal closest thing we had to that is, uh, uh, and then again, most people would, yeah, a lot of people switch to PC, but then now they have like a problem where it's like, okay, I want to, I want to like play PC games, and it's like, okay, but are you gonna, are you gonna buy a pre-build, which usually well, it depends on your budget, and it's like, okay, I'd rather get a pre-build than to build my own PC. But then again, this actually is one of those things where it's like, okay, what if I'm not good at building computers? Like, I have to like have the processor. I have to like, have a processor. I have to have like I have to have like literally gigabyte, like that's like yeah, literally terabytes of RAM to actually play a lot of games. Um, have like a have like a processor, a full on maximum, like a literal maxed out, not maxed out per se, but it's like have like loads of GPU as well as basically the entire process of it is kind of like building your own car. Like it will legit, like it will, like I'd rather just like have it built within like a month than to actually wait for like parts to arrive and then just add to said part. Which that's really just my own opinion. And for those that said that, oh, building a PC is easy, all you gotta do is such and such and such and such. And then you have one person who's like, okay, but how though? Yeah, that is gonna be the biggest thing ever. It's gonna be a how did you build your PC like that? Not when. It's a matter of how. Alright. Now for the upcoming games. Let's just hope that these games actually release, because there is no way, and I mean there is absolutely no way that they should have absolutely this up. But this is actually a good example. Freaking Car X Street, dude. Like, come on now. We all know that Car X Street is supposed to be released for PC and consoles literally last year. But then again, I sort of understand it. They originally were a mobile company that actually made mobile racing games. It was until that they made a port for PC and then a port for consoles. And then lastly, they actually made a port for the Switch, which is one of the coolest things I actually have seen throughout my time playing that. And speaking of speaking of CarX releasing online, let's just hope that we get the missing stuff that we actually wanted. Because, well, for one, PC actually has more, like literally more content than PS4 and PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and even I think that's about it. Basically, it's usually just
Man, this should be a wholesome man.
It's usually like 5 systems that are like literally behind. But then it's like, okay, at the same time, usually, I think because of the servers, and that's another thing about CarX Online that actually bothers me as much. The freaking servers. Yeah, the servers alone were usually, even though they're not the best, but it should not be this shoddy. I'm sorry, but it's. But holy frick, you're wondering how many, and I mean, how many times I had to literally look at the, I had to look at,
Hey, buddy, that memo was hilarious.
I got some big fucking labia on me.
You're weak. Damn it.
Yeah, for the most part, it's kind of like that, but at the same time, I do legit wish that we actually had more stuff for, the last things of content for the most part, instead of just being whacked out on the dust, because I was literally looking forward to making new liveries for, the new cars. And then I looked at the categories and realized that categories were actually missing. There were no, there were absolutely no new, basically no new logos. There's no Cyberpunk theme-esque type liveries. Now, it was literally nothing, nada, zilch. Literally, it was like we didn't get anything new except for new stickers for one of the categories from the other other thing entirely. But I was like, man, I can't believe they actually forgot to give us new stuff to customize our own cars, which. And not to mention, they also forgot about the not carbon playlists per se, but more like carbon fiber, I would say carbon fiber design, but there's more likely it's carbon fiber color typing, basically, or paint effect for the most part.
Here for the magic touch.
What else was there? Now, the next thing. The next Need for Speed game. I don't know when we're supposed to get a new, it's kind of true. I don't know when we're supposed to get a new, what's it called? I don't know when don't know. I cannot speak today. My goodness. I don't know where we're supposed to get new stuff for the most part. But what I can say though is, literally, we need more stuff. Basically. Uh, hmm. But then again, uh,
That's a beauty right there.
now, uh, it is one thing I like to do is basically I want to create a series that actually had this needs to be game in my own vision. So there's that for the most part. But then again, I actually want your guys' opinion on the suggestions for said um what's well it's not just about the detail of the part, it's about the as I was saying before I got really interrupted. Um let's see. The majority of most of the people actually enjoy newsfeed. Just they're more likely had given up on it. And then again, the fact that the month before literally added the original tire smoke, which brought in a lot of people back for some, and you know what the excuse is? I don't like the anime-esque type gameplay, as well as I don't like the cartoon-ish effects. Go back to it needs to be with them and say, okay, hold on a second. Now, for the most part, I want to agree with them, but at the same time, you forgot that I grew up with Needs to Be Underground. Needs to Be Underground had 3D, literally had actors in literally 3D-esque type graphics, basically. Same thing goes with, what's that called? Same thing with the, same thing with the actual, the Most Wanted games. Basically, the Most Wanted, Carbon. I also want to say Undercover, but at the same time, I don't know if that's true because literally, Needs to Be Most Wanted, Needs to Be Carbon had real actors in a green screen. That's basically what it is. It's literally actors on a green screen. That usually is how it works. But at the same time, with Near Spin Undercover, they use real actors, they use real cars. Every single thing is in real life for the most part. which is freaking hilarious. So how we actually come from basically some dude is let's see, we came from like where originally speaking from some dude just taunting you every single race to yeah, we see it went from that uh, literally in-game cutscenes uh, literal cutscenes with modified cars, and not to mention the same exact style of cutscene is in the cutscenes in the underground mode, um, as well as another what's that called? As well as another let's see. Um, there's that, and not to mention Underground 2 had uh, well, there was plan on they have an intro for Underground 2, and it's gonna be the same exact style as Underground 1, but instead they got into full on like to a full on comic book strip. And then we got to Most Wanted, and then it's literally just actors on a green screen, same thing with Carbon. Pro Street, it is. I want to say it's more likely the cutscene with the rendering for the most part, but at the same time, I don't know what kind of physics, what kind of program they use, but it looks like, oh yeah, it's almost realistic, but at the same time, it's not realistic. And then the game alone had in-game cutscenes. That's usually is what it is. Undercover is half and half. Half of it is
Everything okay?
half of it is like legit cutscenes from from like a like a movie, and then another one is from a what's that called? And another one is legit from a um yeah there's so yeah there are many of these games actually have like a lot of stuff going on. Shift has in-game cutscenes, yes, but at the same time it doesn't count because that's usually what it is supposed to be. It's usually an in-game cutscene. Same thing with the what's that called?
You know we got a whole bunch of lawyers on the.
But yeah, usually it's one of those things where it actually would make a lot more sense if it had like a more oomph to that scenario. But at the same time, who knows? Maybe it would make a lot more sense if it was like that for the most part. So yeah, uh, and then I think for the past few years we rarely have any like, well, no, not past few because 2011 was the last Need for Speed game that actually had like in-game cutscenes as well as an intro before Need for Speed 2015 came in with like, oh yeah, we have basically we have actors uh, with like not yeah, basically actors with not renderings, but basically it's the same as the as most on car, you know, the actors with the green screen, but at the same time it actually is like portrayed in like in real scenarios. And I think the gameplay has like a realistic effect on it, but also keep in mind that it was uh, alright, there we go, and
Over there. Over there.
what was that? Oh yeah, so yeah, Need 2015 had the LA actors that had then keep in mind the entire the actual cutscenes they actually had it in first person view, meaning that the actual actors are talking to you, the player. Um, let's see. The next one. Is
Stay
he
very low,
payback?
please. Okay.
Yeah, needs to be payback. Basically, they went with a different route with their cutscenes, where it's most
Over there.
likely a actually is would actually have like HD graphics and usually heck even the cutscenes. Yeah, basically everything from the cutscenes to
Stay there now, please.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, what's that here? but I had no fire. How the heck was this do?
Loser. Thank you.
Hey, lady, watch it. I don't mean no harm. Now leave me alone.
You owe me $20.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so basically, Payback actually had in-game, basically the in-game graphics as well as the in-game cutscenes are actually the exact same thing. And then Need Speed Heat actually did the same thing, they actually did the exact same thing, except it has some dark subjects such as it's not like dark or anything, but it has some subjects. So things such as basically Anna and Luca's father passing away due to a heart attack. They also have um, like corruption within the actual police, and that's usually a thing entirely. Unbound has, I think Unbound actually had the most amount of backlash in terms of the cutscenes because a lot of people don't like the fact that the realistic cars are clashing with cell shaded characters. So but I was like, okay, and that's usually a thing for the most part, where a lot of people didn't like it because of the cell shading they had cell shading in a Need for Speed esque type of game. And keep in mind, Need for Speed is a type of game that actually experiments. Yeah, they actually experiment things. For example, with Need for Speed, because with Need for Speed 2015, a lot of players complain that there is no daytime, and usually has, and not to mention like, oh my god, oh my god, it's so cringe, and it's like, okay, that's interesting for the most part. Um, so there's that for the most part. Um, what else is there? Oh yeah, the freaking like people didn't like they like the fact that it's like not only in these 13, and guess what the next game does? They give us a day to night cycle. Um, when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to these two payback, a lot of people didn't like the fact that like the only way to actually get upgrades is via cards, and guess what? The I was also hate the fact that in order to actually, make our cars faster and keep in mind, it's not just that, but we have to pray to RNG Jesus or the RNG gods to have us have a for the most part. And keep in mind that the fact that there are brands that are tied to your stats in the game. Like, for example, Chidori involves freaking, what's that called? It sure involves acceleration and I think nitrous, if I remember correctly. Because there are 6 stats. There are speed, acceleration, nitrous, jump, braking, and cornering. Basically, those 6. And there are appropriately like 5 brands. There is Chidori, Next Gen, Carbon, Americana, and Outlaw. And literally most, if not many, people gravitate towards Chidori because of the acceleration as well as top speed, as well as here's the thing, they'll pair Chidori with other brands to actually have to have some sort of advantage. For example, Chidori is usually paired with Americana, which I do believe, remember correctly, it is nitrous and cornering, if I remember correctly. Which I don't know if that's actually true. Leave a comment down below on what the brands actually do, because I spent on started playing these payback. So there's that for the most part. There's that for the most part. And then, not to mention, a lot of people didn't like the fact that it was always, like, there was no rain. It was always dry. And most people didn't realize that Fortune Valley is figuratively and literally based off of the actual upgrade system. It's based on Las Vegas. There is no such thing as rain here. And heck, even if it rains, I'm pretty sure that the rain's gonna dry out the moment that it would like touch Nevada in some way, shape, or form. But nothing says a lot of progress is going ridiculously well than needs to be. So remember I said that there was no, not that part. Anyways, so for those wondering why I say that that we actually had to basically and literally pray for the RNG gods to give us good parts. Well, that is actually existing because they took out the card system, which everyone was like, yes, finally, no more card full. Yeah, that's usually the thing. It's like, yes, no more card BS, and hello, actually upgrading the vehicle that you have. And another thing that was new, we had engine swaps, which was okay. Now I'm actually just gonna say this out loud. Need for Speed Shift 2 was the first ever Need for Speed game to have engine swaps. There was planned to have engine swaps in Need for Speed Underground 2, but because of, and this actually is kind of true, because of time restraints, unfortunately they had to like scrap that idea. Now it would be cool to see engine swaps in a Need for Speed game. So this is actually, now you know a lot of people say, oh, Need for Speed Shift and Shift 2 doesn't count, they're not arcade racing games. No, they're not. They're simcade racing games. Which I could say the same about Forza, but then again, you know how Forza players are. They usually don't. Well, they're not the whiny type. They're more like the, oh my god, you just mad because Forza is bad. Okay, let's. Okay, this is actually a good question. Name a good. Name a good Forza game after Forza 4. I rest my case. Moving on. And anyway, so there's that for the most part. Not to mention you can pick whichever day you can actually choose. You can go either daytime or nighttime. You can also, like I said, you can actually interswap your vehicles. The cops in this game are not scripted, which is good God, because that was another complaint, that there were no proper police cars and or not proper police cars, proper police chases in Need to Be Payback. And then Need to Be Heat, we've finally gotten a lot of stuff that we wanted. Okay, so we have gotten so yeah, we have gotten proper variants of the vehicles in the game. Same thing with let's see, we have the proper body kits for the um, let's see, we have the proper variant of the not variants, so proper replicas of the vehicles in that came from the previous game. So, for example, we got 80s Skyline, we have Rachel's 350Z, and then we have the Heroes Least Most Wanted. And it was pretty interesting, so I do kind of wish they actually had the proper wheels, because I do remember that in Underground 2, oh, and not to mention the proper coloring of the vehicle, because in Underground 2, 80 Skyline was not orange, but gold. Like, it was a literal, like a dark gold pearl Skyline. That's all. That's what I remember so far. Underground 2, the coloring was right, except it's not just metallic. It was the wheels are also has like a chrome lip, and yeah, basically gold lip, not gold lip, basically chrome lip and gold spokes. That's basically what it is. It's basically is chrome rim gold spokes. That's basically what it is. And then they actually had the most wanted M3 GTR. Now, usually, for those who are wondering, I base mine off of the cover car, based off of the cover needs to be most wanted, and not the in-game one entirely, because the in-game one to me is a little too blue. So it's usually I usually have like saturated. So basically, it's like a dark saturated blue. So it's that for the most part. Now, in terms of the vehicles, let me just, and then when it comes to Unbound, a lot of things have, a lot of things actually have been added. A lot of people wanted new wheels. Unfortunately, didn't form the turbo fans. They wanted new cars, so we have gotten an extra 20 cars, or 24 if you count the updates that we have gotten recently. We don't have tire smoke anymore, nor nitrous color, so instead we have the driving effects and driving effects and tags, which is actually that's actually one of my favorite things about the game is the tags, because with the tags you can actually make liveries out of that. For those who do not know, I legit make liveries for my cars. And it's not the fact that it's because of the drive effects. It's because the drive effects actually gives me ideas. So literally things such as, for example, like Noisy Boy S14 from Unbound, is because it was a purple and gold tags that I was like, oh, okay, I can actually dig that for the most part. You know, it's one of those ones where you actually look at it and it's like, okay, it's pretty interesting. I actually did like it. But at the same time, it is those type of things where you have to, where a lot of people wondering, it's like, and heck, people actually legit hate on Outbound way too much. I kind of get it. A lot of people don't like the cell chain thing, but at the same time, there are a lot of people that did not like the music, and you'd be surprised at how many people actually, like the music. And heck, I can legit name 4 good songs out the bat. Big Ass Femcs, Big Persona by Mark, Neo Girl WAP by JP Wavy, and freaking and you probably be surprised about this. Worry No More by Depot featuring Lil Yachty and I forgot what that chick's name was, but but hey, it's international hip hop. That's basically what it is. And plus, you also have A$AP Rocky's songs, so there's me or Bambushka Boy, or the good old fashioned Shama by A$AP Ferg, which is also featured A$AP Rocky. And that's another thing. A$AP Rocky's actually in the game, so it's like, okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. And then a lot of players and heck, a lot of YouTubers were like, oh my god, this game is the worst game I ever played. They should have made it. They should have had more time to develop it. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually would have agreed more, because you wondering how many times I had to literally be like, I can't make deliveries again. Well, I can't do anything like it. This is bullshit.
100% guaranteed.
Now, in terms of the last thing I want to talk about, not last thing, but the second to last thing I want to talk about is basically the Let's Plays in my channel. So, for those who do not know, I was originally a Let's Play channel for around 2017/2018, which is not too long ago. So yeah, for those wondering, I've been doing YouTube for more than 7 years, and I think around 2020 to 2021 is when victory and literally is when my channel blew up, because of the actual not the actual stuff per se, but it's because of the two things that started off my channel, and actually 3 games actually started off my channel. One of which is the Need for Speed games, another one is Cars, and then lastly it was Gran Turismo Sport. And a lot of you guys actually associated me with Gran Turismo. But at the same time, I want to say this as truthfully as possible. I'm an actual gaming channel. I'm not a real life connoisseur. I am literally just a simple guy who actually enjoys playing video games. Specifically racing games, fighting games, and role-playing games, as well as sandboxes such as this. But at the same time, if you guys enjoyed it, if you guys enjoyed my Let's Plays, and thank you. That's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for tuning into the Let's Plays. It may not be as popular as the Gran Turismo 7 live streams, nor the so yeah, it's neither. It's neither the Let's Plays. So it's not like the Gran Turismo live streams. It's not like the musical live streams, nor is it like playing a ridiculously scary game from basically stuff like Junkyard Fury 2, which holy crap, I didn't realize how scared I was gonna be, but Jesus. Okay. No, die is okay. Moving on. But yeah, it's one of those moments where you have to look at it from a viewer's perspective, where basically you guys look at the content I put out and you immediately assume that, oh, I just do racing games. Nah, I sometimes stream fighting games as well. And not to mention I also stream role-playing games, and heck, I even stream shooters, which is another thing a lot of people didn't realize this, but I actually stream shooting games. Games such as Call of Duty Black Ops, heck, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, and I streamed Black Ops Cold War twice. That's usually a interesting thing for the most part. What else? But yeah, most people have actually looked at it like this. It's usually like, if you're not streaming the newest game possible, then and then it'll be like, oh my god, you're so late to the game. Like, everybody has that car already, and it sucks. And I was like, okay, I haven't tried it yet. But then I tried it, and it's like, oh my god, this vehicle sucks. And then someone will be like, told you. Which, well, for that matter, that will consider spoiling the game. Heck, if the game is more than a few years old, then it's considered spoiler free for the most part. But yeah, for the most part, it's very interesting to say the least. I don't know how. Oh, the funny thing sounds to switch outfits. Because holy crap, I'm not feeling the outfits. Heck nah. We're going with them out. Okay, there we go. Got the winter outfits. Oh god. Okay. Nope. Filter brown. Okay. Filter. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Now the cars. Wasn't wondering. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically, now in terms of like my channel wise, I am actually gonna do an. I promise I'm actually going to have the Let's Plays in video format and not have it as a live stream. Now I know that now here's the thing. The reason why I did the Let's Plays in live stream form is because well, it's a lot easier to do, and plus it was. It's not just easier, but it was a lot. But it doesn't take long to actually set up for the live stream, and usually that's usually about it. So for the most part, the last plays will be in video format. The racing game live streams is going to be in a live stream format. So obviously, such games such as Need for Speed, Gran Turismo 7, The Crew 2, as well as The Crew Motorfest, just throwing it out there. Usually it'll involve something like that for the most part.
Hey, welcome to HSW.
But yeah, for the most part, it's literally a. So yeah, so this is usually how I'm going to do this. For Mondays and Wednesdays, I would not be able to stream. Period. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will stream. Let me see. I will legit stream. Stream one of 3 games. Gran Turismo 7, GTA Online, or Need for Speed Unbound. Friday, I would work on an episode of episode 1 of the Let's Plays that I have yet to complete. So for those that want to recap what games I have yet to complete, that would be Goddrifter 2 Rage Burst, Elden Ring, what else? Shadowrun Dragonfall, and lastly Virtual Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 5. Now in terms of the new Let's Plays that are going to be coming into the channel, it is going to be Need for Speed Heat Remastered. Yeah, I'm going to remaster my Let's Play on Need for Speed Heat in video format. That way it'll be a lot more easier to do than just do the entire thing the entire thing for a live stream. So there's that for the most part. So that not to mention that also means that I'll be restarting the game from scratch. So that way there won't be any problems, and not to mention it will be a lot more, a lot more, how do I say this? A lot more fresh, basically. So there's that. There's also Street Fighter 6, and lastly, Twisted Metal Black. Yeah, I gotten my hands on Twisted Metal Black for yeah, and it's actually kind of good. I legit had Twisted Metal Black. I bought one PlayStation store. It was $9 for the most part. Well, it's not 9. It was $10. And yeah, let's just say that for those are a little bit squeamish and not into traumatic things, please do not watch the live stream unless you're steel yourself. And you guys probably will see my reaction to well, then again with that sort of game I probably will have to live stream it. So there's that for the most part. So instead of let's play this type of style, it'll be just in parts. So it'll be so basically each character will have its own episode for the most part. So kind of like the Marvel's What If series. Alright, now, time for the main event, the main topic. Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crowd. Now, those are wondering what my opinion is about Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown. I will have to say that, but I like the first one. The second one I get to finish, and this is actually kind of true because on one hand, it was actually keep in mind I had literally a bad experience with Test Drive Unlimited 2. The TU2's not family group in general, and it turned me off to Test Drive Unlimited 2 entirely, and I didn't even bother playing the game until years later, and that's also when I got another PS3, and I was like, okay, so how is this game after many years later? I played it and I was like, oh my god, this game is good. But the biggest question is, and people are wondering why I didn't like it in the first place, well, it's quite obvious. It was because of some players that I was hanging out with the wrong players. It was a really I was legit traumatized of playing something that's TDU2 ever since I stopped playing it, and I'm like, you know what? This game sucks. I can't believe I can't believe I bought this game, and everybody has like money, like everybody's like had millions of dollars, and then it actually turns out that people legit modded their money into the game, and I was like, wait, so you guys have to cheat in order to actually get as much money as possible? Like, there is such a thing as saving money. Like, you could easily just grind it. You could easily just grind the game out. Like, it was. Like, I was like, I can't believe that these mofos decided, oh yeah, I totally work for this. can't believe that they had the audacity to say, "Oh, I worked for my cash. I worked for my cash. I legit have the most amount of money possible." And keep in mind that at that time I didn't buy any DLC. Like that's the one thing that most people didn't know. But I didn't buy DLC for Dungeon Limited 2 until it was around, I think it was 2021. Yeah, 2021 is when I bought DLC for a game like that, and not gonna lie, I actually liked the cars they added. But then again, at the same time, these cars are not. Okay, I was about to. Okay, honestly, I was like, yeah, a lot of the cars that you end up buying, well, let's just say that they are literal. They're literally reskins of cars. I kid you not. For example, the Audi RS5 is actually the same vehicle as the Audi A5, except the RS5 is a little bit faster. That's usually it. It's literally a faster reskin of a vehicle that usually would be the worst vehicle entirely. And heck, before I even started using the RS5, I had the A6 Advent. And let's say that car was a lot more better than the A5 that I wanted to buy. And then I'm like, oh wait, the RS5 has a V8. I wonder what it sounds like. And it sounds the exact same as the A5. The only difference being that it was, I want to say it was underwhelming to say the least. And then there's the other thing about the game that actually turned me off of it entirely. The race licenses. I kid you not. In order to actually get to the next championship, you have to go to a racing school. And said racing schools don't have a difficulty curve. It's beyond me. Because for those are wondering which one I'm stuck on the A3/A2 licenses. Now, for those who do not know, the A3/A2 licenses have one problem, and that problem is test number 6. And for those wondering what test number 6 is, not test number 6, test number 5. Test number 5 involves a CLK55 AMG Black Series, and let's just say that the vehicle itself is there are 3 major problems: the vehicle, the conditions, and the times. Now, let's start with the vehicle. Like I said, it's a Mercedes CLK55 AMG Black Series. Now, for those that know your Mercedeses, know your Mercs, you will know about this CLK 55, and it is one of the coolest vehicles you have ever seen. Like by far none. Like you can legit buy one cheap even in real life. Yeah, you can like for literally. Let's see. For like 95, basically 45 to, no, not 45, basically 3,500 to 5 grand, you can actually buy yourself a V8 powered CLK model of Mercedes-Benz. Now, let's start with the condition of the track. It is wet as heck. We're talking, this road is soaked. We're talking, it rained literally a few minutes after, and the cloud starts clearing up, and yet there's basically a whole lot of water on the road. Now, you guys probably think, oh, okay, that's not as bad. Except if you know what the physics are like in Test Round Limited 2, you would know that you will absolutely hate, and I mean absolutely hate this entirety of this how do I say this? You'll legit hate this test. I kid you not. And the worst part is, you can't use traction control, you can't use ABS. No, your body is the ABS and TCS. And guess what? I was able to beat the game because of the stupid test. Now, if it wasn't, now here's the thing, if the next game doesn't have any tests and we can actually race on our own, and we just need to have said vehicle, then I would have been okay with it. Because with Test Drive Unlimited, the first game that came out on the PS2, all you need is a vehicle, and then all you need a vehicle in that class, and all of a sudden, boom, you're racing. It was that simple. Why in the world did TDO2 made it so complicated? Well, it's because they wanted your money. They wanted your money, and they wanted you to do online races until you're like, okay, let's do this. But unfortunately, the fact that the service shut down in around the 2010s, I would not be surprised if it was, how do I say this, more complicated than it seems. Now, in terms of what to do's and what not to do's in the next Touchdown Unlimited game, let's start with the to do's, and that is them giving us a they should actually have us, like, in terms of like having your own slot. Or unfortunately, well, then again, from what I've heard, unfortunately, you're not able to actually buy your own houses, except instead you'll be giving a room, and the vehicle that you'll be given will be coming from, let's see, basically you will have more stuff added than it has to be. The one not to do is basically do not tie your racing / championships with the racing schools, because now with the Class Racing School, I actually beat that mess. The off-roading driving school, it was tedious, but it was cool. Asphalt, okay, A7 was cool, A6 was cool, A5 was stupid easy, A4 a little difficult, but I came out just fine. A3, A2 were a whole lot of mess. And it was a whole lot of mess. I kid you not. You wondering, and those wondering why I haven't complete TU2? It's because of driving schools. Like, that's literally half the reason why no one actually has gotten the freaking Aerial Atom V8 is because of the championships are basically tied with the racing school. Now, if you want to know how to do a racing school correctly, or basically do the test correctly, just take a look at Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo has really good tests that you can actually do, and guess what? Every single time you completed a test in a row, guess what? You get yourself a vehicle. And what said vehicle is it? This is a really good example. With Gran Turismo Sport, I earned a lot of supercars from there. For example, the Bugatti Veyron won a wheel spin, but with the rest of the vehicles, not. Here's the thing, I won an F40, I won a GT3 RS, I won a freaking Aston Martin 177, and heck, I won a VGT or two. That's the thing. I won so many cars. It was to the point where I was like, man, I actually like Gran Turismo Sport, and they did their tests a lot better than it has to be. And then you got to GT7, their tests are just as good. And this made me think, why didn't Touchdown Limited 2 done tests like these, like had done tests like Gran Turismo 5. And keep in mind, I haven't played Gran Turismo 5, just keep that in mind. Now I know they're trying to actually have like better stuff added, so hopefully they actually don't tie their championships with with the racing schools, because holy crap, if they actually did that, then I'm about to riot. Anyways, the other what to do's, basically have, well, this actually is the thing. Don't be limited to just supercars. Like for example, it's going to limit yourself to just supercars. Don't do what Jackal did and just be exclusively supercars. Now, like we want variety in a game like this. Like example, we have this because in TVU2 we have three classes. We have the classic cars, you got the off-road, and then you got the asphalt. Appropriately classed as A, B, C. With the lowest one being classics, being C4, would literally be like your classic muscle cars, your classic pony cars, your American V8s, your cars from the 1960s slash 70s slash 80s basically, and 90s. My bad. I meant to say 90s. One being your $1 million Ferraris, your $1 million Lambos, your $1 million cars from the 1930s slash 40s. Those are literally just examples. Asphalt being the modern racing cars of today. Is the A7 being your not your grocery gear per se, but more like your hot hatches, your sedans, your coupes. That's usually a thing. And then your A1s usually is your hypercars, such as the Bugatti Veyron, the Lexus LFA, Ferrari LaFerraris, your P1s, your 918s, your your Remax, your Dodge Challenger Demons. Basically their fastest vehicles is usually in the lowest class, in the highest class with the lowest numbers. There's that for the most part. And then B class, which is your off-roading SUVs as well as your trucks. And then your lowest one being the rally legends that there are, plus they eat off-road like it was breakfast. That's usually your classes for the most part. Now the one not to do is, don't make and this is actually a one not to do. Don't make the cover car an exclusive vehicle that you have to get from, or any exclusive cars from making your own club. Yeah, for those who are wondering what I'm talking about, I am legit, kid you not, I am legit talking about the Gupper Apollo, which was a cover car for Touch Unlimited 2. And Touch Unlimited 2, the only way to get the Gupper Apollo is when it's literally you have to you have to be a leader of your club. You have to donate $5 million. And oh god, what the heck is this? Uh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so basically, shoot, oh yeah, all right, that's what I'm about to say. Don't make so in order to get the number of polo, you have to donate $5 million, and that's not just from you. That is literally from um, that is figuratively and literally from everybody in the club. That's basically it. Plus, you have to what's it called? Plus, you have to full on. You have to literally full on make sure that you actually do some races. Then, by the time you actually done, you got yourself a gun for a blow. But if you ended up restarting the game, then you won't be able to get it. Which I'm like, who the heck decided this mess is beyond me? What the heck is this? Ay, ay, ay. What else is there? Um, Alright, now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so basically, um, now I would say that, oh yeah, you got yourself Goddrifter Polo, and then you restart the game, you won't have to Goddrifter Polo again, because the game has shut down, and you can't even get the vehicle, which actually just shots this game in the foot, like, not the game I'm playing right now, but it just shot Tetris Unlimited 2 in the foot, because that's half the vehicles that are exclusive to basically online features, which is one of those things where it was a no. Why the heck did you made this into an online only thing? There are other ways to easily just get the vehicle. For example, you could have easily just if the moment you find exclusive vehicles, just challenge it to a race. Actually, in fact, the fact that there's also there's no pinks in the game, so there's that. But you can actually race the AI for pinks, and then that's another thing. Like I literally just realized this, but your rivals could have easily just used the cars that are exclusive.
Hey, I would.
Basically, that the vehicle is actually exclusive to the vehicle of what it's supposed to be for the most part. Um, but yeah, for the most part, it was a really interesting thing for the most part. Yes. For those wondering, how how the heck is that in the first place anyway? Well, I don't know. To me, it was a weird time, but yeah, it could be just like, oh yeah, let's have have your rivals be in these vehicles, and the only ones that you can actually, and is actually not true. I think the only vehicle you can get from the actual uh, get like an exclusive vehicle is the police cars, and that's about it. Everything else is actually not worth it to actually get. Um, now, I was wondering, what's another what to do for the most part. Um, Now I did see a bit of customization in the gameplay video, but there should be like more stuff. So don't just limit it yourself. So to you, so Crown, do not just limit yourself to what's that called? Don't limit yourself to like just vinyls and wheels. Nah. Have like a have like in GT7 where like you have a livery editor and you have wheels, but also have like something of a lip kit or two, or if it's like racing related, you can easily just have as that, or you can actually have as any other like OEM parts. So there's that for the most part. And then the last one not to do is, and this is actually a thing for the most part. Make sure make sure that you pay the make sure that the missions that you do usually will count for something. But don't just have that plus some vehicles be your own options. Like I know that there are missions in TU2, but those are absolutely atrocious. We're taking someone home. We're talking someone that we have to take someone home, but they have a stomachache, and we have to literally be careful. Heck, there is an infamous, and I mean infamous mission where you have to tail someone's vehicle because their partner is suspected of cheating, and guess what? You're like, wait, you want me to? Let me get straight. You want me to drive you from one spot to another by following your own, your marriage partner, and guess what? Oh my god, he's cheating. It's like, oh heck no. I was like, oh yeah, that's totally easy. It's like, and keep in mind that it is the slowest process in the world. Like we're talking, like we're following this vehicle for hours, not hours. Well, hours in in-game time, minutes in real life time, and when you complete it, it's like, oh my god, I knew she was cheating on me. Thank you, and I'm like. You need to find someone who doesn't want you for money. Because holy freaking crap. Now, and then the next thing is figuratively and literally. Like, the moment you fill the mission, he's like, no, I'm never gonna find who it is. I'm like, then hire a. And then I look at the AI. I look at the NPC, and I'm like, follow. Oh my god, follow her. Look, basically, like, I'm like, dude, just hire a detective. Like, what in the like hire a private investigator. What the heck's wrong with you? Oh my god. But yeah, overall, for the most part, and then the last two news are to actually do not name yourself. I think I already said that already, but when it comes to when this actually telling me this is coming from me of all people to you, whoever is developing Test Drive Solar Crown, if you have DLC, do not add reskins. Like, I kid you not, do not add reskins. Because basically, if one of the cars is a reskin or something, that means it's gonna be another TDU2 thing all over again. And what I mean by TDU2 thing all over again, I mean that there are too many variants of the same car. For example, there's two versions of the 599. There is the 599 GTB, and then there's the 599 GTB China edition. Now, what was I saying? Now, like, don't just get don't just get like popular supercars, muscle and Japanese muscle cars, and tuner cars. Nah, get something that anyone would had at least. And what I'm saying is blow anyone's expectations. Like, add something that's not usually used in a racing game. For example, let's say you add the new Honda Prelude. Yeah, the new 6th gen Honda Prelude from literally this, I think now this year, or is it next year? Because I can't remember. Um, or actually add. Well, I already know people are gonna be like, "Wait, what about the 2024 Mustang?" That too. But yeah, I think overall that's about it. What I want to talk about there are there are many things that's gone on with the
There's a
channel,
house.
and actually going to be doing a lot of new stuff going on for the most part. So, with that out of the way, and not to mention, I was wondering, this month will be my last month of my PlayStation Plus being being used. So there's that for the most part. But then again, I'll play the not release stuff, basically the new PlayStation Plus games in my own time. So with that out of the way, hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. You can follow me on Instagram at Goddrifter_. You can follow me on Twitter at G07S. And last but not least, you can check out my Joe Discord at Goddrifter. Anyway, without further ado, hope you guys have a dope Monday. Also, Happy New Year to you guys. This is Goddrifter sign off, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.